Hello, welcome back to Blend Station Live. In this episode, I want to share kind of like a breakdown of this little project I did the other day. So this is currently inside VR land, and currently I have these assets that's already being placed. So this asset, if I can select it, so basically this was actually brought in from Blender. Okay, so this only actually includes two assets, the wall and also this character. I will explain how I created everything, but this was brought in into VR land as GLB. So this is actually already working on the website, and you can share it with your friend. Yeah, you can scale. Actually, you can scale the assets. I actually have the water assets also on the floor, so the water go ups and down. Okay, let me try scaling this. Well, anyway, so let me just explain what's going on. So the wall was actually scanned from Bondi Beach, this famous Bondi wall with ever-changing artworks by multiple graffiti artists. I think they're really cool. So I scanned them. The original artwork actually is like a flat wall, but I kind of twisted. I bend it in Blender. So the character itself was generated, actually sculpted using Nomad Sculpt and painted using Procreate app on the iPad. So I think this is pretty cool. I can share this link and all my friends can now see this performance. But yeah, let me show you the whole thing. So the character is using motion capture from Mixamo, but you can also record your own performance and then just add it to the character. And this is using the basic rigging and the character. Of course, I could have made the eyeball better. I could have painted better, but yeah, this is the result of just a few hours of working. Let me explain what's going on. Okay, oh yeah, the iPad. I started with Nomad Sculpt. Okay, so this was actually super basic. I started with just a sphere, and then I was using like Move app just to extrude things and then start sculpting this character. This character is not the most sophisticated, but it's you know, like it's like super simple, just like a starfish, but also like a turtle. You might remember a character like from SpongeBob and also a character from Disney. They're very similar. I could show you some of them. Like you can start with the drag tool, but with the dynamic topology enabled. So you can just make like a simple, like kind of like extrusion, but it's actually like dragging that part, you know, and you get that shape. And you already got like a turtle shape, turtle, starfish, and you can keep doing dragon. Yeah, this is just to give the volume to start with. And I think what I did next was to, I think, move just to get the mouth shape very quickly. Anyway, you can sculpt whatever you like in any way, in any methods that you like. It's very basic character. Okay, let me show you. I also use like brush app, but because we have dynamic topology on, be careful. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's adding and reducing resolutions that you don't want. For the eyeballs, a better way is to use like just like a basic eyeball that you already created. But yeah, this is I think really quick way to make a basic character like this. And then you just simply create the UV, auto UV, because this is more like a concept creations, right? But you then export it as OBJ into Procreate. So this is the turtle character. Paint it inside Procreate. I definitely could have painted better, like if I want to, but I'm using like just simple brushes, like artistic brush, just this my favorite brush, just to paint on this character. I think it's a lot of fun actually doing this. Spend some time painting. Sometimes you want to use like fancy materials like this, yeah, fancy looking material. Some of the materials actually have like a metallic kind of properties. I think if you start, you know, like collecting the materials, and then material library will grow, and you're gonna have nice collections of library that you perhaps can share or sell online. I think that's also a good idea. Let's try. Yeah, but anyway, the whole process is really fun and interesting. So once you're happy with this, you can export this as USDZ and send it to Blender. That's actually what I did. Exporting and save it into Files app or just airdrop it. The actual size is around 70 megabyte. If I send it to my iMac as USDZ. If you wanna stay on the iPad, you can just actually send it to Mixamo and just do the rigging on Mixamo website. So it's quite large, but now this is the USDZ. You can see there's some kind of PBR materials happening there. This is USDZ, and you can check it out using Reality Converter app. This is usually my whole process. This character is not, perhaps it doesn't have the topology that's needed for the animation, so you might need to do the retopology and also some rigging inside Blender or other app. So let's just hide this. So this is the new character. I just create a duplicate, and then I just replace the USDZ with zip, and then I'll unzip it. Now you can see the USD. This is the file that you can modify inside Blender. Okay, so this one I can close for now. I really like VRLAN. So let's take a look. File, import USD. Okay, with Blender 3.0 official, you have USD, and you can load your character with the material also turn on. Now we have the character over here, and you can observe the character. Okay, you can see this topology is not gonna be great for animations. So normally, if you want to do like a proper retopology, or in my case, I just do like a remesh. Yeah, like quadriflow remesh. This is the one that comes with Blender for free. There's a lot of way to retopo. There's a manual retopology. So basically, just to redraw the topology, the polygons of this character, so it is good for 3D animations. Oh, by the way, yeah, it's gonna fail. You know why? When you're exporting from Procreate, the triangle is actually got separated. As USD, oftentimes the triangle is got separated, so you actually want to merge it first inside Blender because you want to re-edit it. Of course, you are keeping the texture now. Okay, it's removing like 1,000,000 triangles, right? You can actually do like a decimate if you want to reduce the number of geometry, and then just try to rig the character this way. Let me show you an example if I actually do it this way, and then just apply. Let's save this very quickly. This is a demo. PS starfish star turtle. This one has reduced triangle. This seems kind of similar. Anyhow, okay, if we use this character and then we still have the texture, right? This is the original. Should name it probably original starfish star turtle. This one I want to remesh using quadriflow. Turn off mesh symmetry, or it's up to you. Just do it. There is a better add-on actually to do the quadriflow remeshing. So it tries to do automatic remeshing. It's not perfect, but still it's better. Topology wise, this one is better for animations, slightly better. The topology should follow where you want to animate. But you lost, after you retopo, usually you lost the texture and you need to transfer, you need to do the baking. I'm not gonna do that for now. But also the UV. Remember the UV was done automatically from Nomad. This is from Nomad. Okay, the UV is not the most efficient. You can always change the UV after you do the retopo, and then you transfer the texture and shaders into this character, which is probably, this is gonna be better for animations. And then you send the character into Mixamo, mixamo.com. You upload it as FBX. Sometimes the FBX actually, FBX from Blender sometimes have extra data that Mixamo doesn't like. In order to actually do that, you will perhaps need to, oops, okay. You need to export as GLB in Blender and then re-import and then export it out as FBX so you can upload it into Mixamo. So you can have the characters doing whatever animations you want it to be. This character is a little bit fat, so, and chubby. Usually character like this, when you are animating it, some of the, depending on how you rig it, you might lose some of the volume. Just use the dancing animations, all this preset mocap. Some of them are really cute. But you can actually mix and match the animation also inside Blender. This character is a little bit menacing, but it's also very cute. Swing dance, yeah, I like swing dance. Let's download it. 30 frames by default. You might actually want to have 60 or 24. If you are exporting this as AR or something, you need to consider the frame rate also. AR is actually 60 frames per second by default on iPhone or iPad. So I just download it inside Blender. You can import it. Import the FBX should have the animations. So the character might not have the material, so you want to import the material. Oh, actually, oh, they have a different UV, and I forgot, because they are not the same. But anyway, you get the idea. You get the animations. If you upload the same assets with the proper topology and already with a better UV, and you transfer the materials, and then you give it animations, you're gonna end up with this character. I wonder if I have like Mixamo rig here. Yeah, I did have Mixamo rigger, which should allow me to rig this character and have control over. Can I source this guy? Oh yeah, I need to use Blender 2.93, I think. If I go back to 2.93, hopefully the Mixamo rig will work here. So there's a few process to go through, but I think this is kind of like the workflow. Okay, Mixamo control rig, create control rig. Okay, this one is kind of okay. I should have zero out the rig, but this rig already have animations. I can go to pose mode and I can delete these animations or just keep it. This is the animations from Mixamo. I can reset just using Option G and Option R. This character is rig. Okay, it's not always perfect, but it's anyways interesting. I think it's probably the bones. Some of the bones is not in the correct place, or because I'm using the IK or the FK. Yeah, okay, I need to rotate it. Switch to FK. Switch to FK. So, oh, okay, it doesn't have the FK controller turned on. Oh well. Just want to show you. If you have proper controller, you might you can pose the character yourself and just make it dancing. Yeah, this one is cute. It's like you have a bit of control there, like a Muppet. So maybe insert a keyframe there. So it's doing the dance and pose. Anyway, I'm not doing manual animations for now. You can export this as GLB and then you can bring it into the VRLAN. So I think that's kind of cool. And you can also export it out as AR, of course, and then just send it to your iPhone or iPad. This one is really really cool, really. Oh yeah, by the way, the environment is something that I already uploaded into Sketchfab. I scanned it from Bondi. I think I started from here. Yeah, this is okay. Originally, this is like a flat flat thing like that. This is how I scan it. at Bondi Beach, just using my iPhone and scanning first app, iPhone LiDAR, and scan. So I get the whole 3D mesh. This one is not perfect. Could have done better with the scanning. And then I bend it this way so I can use it inside Blender and just, I think, make a better scenes. And then, okay, the rotation is not perfect, and some of, because the scan actually is quite high in resolution. Also, I decimate it 0.05, just reducing the number of mesh. If you ever gonna publish it, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a lot better overall. This character is actually reskinned inside Blender. It's not perfect, but better than Sketchfab one. Yeah, and I lied. And this is actually how it looks inside Eevee. This is Blender 2.93 is actually, yeah, it's slower than 3.0, the latest versions. Anyway, this is as USDZ AR. You can send it to your friend and it's gonna work as AR. So yeah, so that's the whole process from Nomad Sculpt, and then paint it inside Procreate. Of course, if you want to do it using Blender with 3.0 also, you can definitely do that. You can do the sculpting and start doing the same thing in Blender. Sculpting part is actually faster on my iPad and using Nomad Sculpt. Blender also, it's pretty fast actually. Let me show you. So grab tool, turn on symmetry and dynamic topology, and then play with the radius and the strength until you're happy. I don't have my Wacom here, but if you have like a stylus, it should be better. You can use the iPad and the sidecar features of macOS Monterey. But anyway, yeah, the grab tool, grab and move, similar. And yeah, I'm doing the same thing that what I showed you earlier using Nomad Sculpt. This is for this super basic character. I'm using decimations just to make this kind of shape, and then just change the radius shape, and I try to get the mouth shape for the character, so that for the turtle character, and just reshape it. And use draw or clay and start to add some details. Grab tool with dynamic topology off, and then you can start reshaping just for this kind of super basic character. The eyeballs, you can do a better eyeballs, or just import the eyeballs that you get from Sketchfab, for example. This is as simple as a character can be. Character with 2 legs and 2 arms. You can think of starfish, like turtle. Make sure that your character will looks correct from every directions, like side views, etc. Oh well, you can definitely reshape a better looking character. Take some time, give yourself some time. Sometimes you want to use like something like crease just to draw the shape. And also something that I rarely use is actually the masking. Masking is actually very powerful when doing sculpt. So here I'm using crease just to draw the shell of the turtle for this little starfish guy. So yeah, this is doing it in Blender, and check the resolutions. This is very high resolution, and you can do the read topology, and you can also do the texture painting here. But I'm doing it using Procreate because Blender texture painting is not it's not as robust as Procreate. It depends. Procreate has a lot of brushes that's really cool, but yeah, do a little bit of painting. Okay, it's missing UV, and in Blender you can do the UV as well. If you want to do like a quick one, UV map, smart UV project. It's gonna do UV for you. Texture painting. Now you can start texturing or painting if you add a base color and give it a color. Okay, start painting. Oh yeah, in Blender, of course, you can have symmetry. Procreate currently doesn't have symmetry yet, but you can have it inside Blender. So it's I think Nomad Sculpt Procreate is gonna be like the future way of doing 3D. I mean, you can do like a more like serious kind of 3D creations, but this is just the basic that I want to show you. Okay, so it does takes times the whole thing, the skill in order for you to do this properly, including like if you want to do like the proper bone and animations, things like that, like adding armature. Maybe I'm not gonna do it often. I'm not gonna do it. I spent few years doing study of rigging using Maya back in the days, but these days I'm just gonna use Blender. Blender has its own way of doing rigging, but I'm also just using Mixamo auto rig and motion capture, just for a quick one. In the end, in the end of the days, if you have like a character like this, supposedly you can already do like real-time motion capture using your iPhone or iPad, capturing your own performance from the camera, and then you transfer the animations in real time to the character, and then you send it into something like VR land. This is kind of the ideas. Maybe in the future you're just gonna transfer it into game engine like Unreal, Unity, or Godot, so that you can have avatar characters. You can have like multiplayers with your friends, and then you have the performance, the whole performance by your star over here. So I think, yeah, it's a pretty interesting, definitely interesting time for 3D animation or creations of performance. Okay, so okay, what's happening here? Reset. But anyway, some kind of space, character, and a little bit of assets, and you need also audience. I think you have something over here to tell story or to have some kind of performance with music. I haven't tried adding music yet, but it should be fun thing. So anyway, hopefully you find this interesting and useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.